Hi again, everybody. I said I'd do an ELF review. I have a lot of ELF products. ELF is a great cruelty-free brand that's also pretty inexpensive, and a lot of their stuff works pretty well. That's why I mentioned a lot of it in my top 2015 products. But there's a lot more, and I'll go over those again in case you didn't watch that. I'm going to start with kind of the cleaning products, I guess. I like their brush shampoo and their daily brush cleaner. The daily brush cleaner I like just because I'm cleaning the product off in between when I use it. Especially if I'm going to be using a different color, I feel like this helps get rid of that product, so the next day or a couple days later I go to use the brush again, especially like if it's a blush brush and I'm using a different blush. It's not well, you know, depositing both blushes on my cheeks. It also is supposed to sanitize it a little bit, so that's a good thing too. And then the daily, well, that's the daily one. This is the brush cleaner. It's basically just, it is kind of shampoo-like in consistency. I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff that you can use to clean your brushes. They don't probably have to be specifically a brush shampoo, but since I didn't know what the heck I was doing, I didn't want to use anything that might potentially break out my skin if I didn't get it rinsed off completely. And this does get my brushes pretty clean, and it's ELF, so it's fairly inexpensive. Those both work pretty well. Another product I really like, which the title of it has worn off, this was in my top products. It's their eye refresh. You get up in the morning, you use the little roller ball, just kind of run it under your eyes. They say it helps diminish dark circles. I don't feel like it really does that with mine, but I really like it because it has green tea extract and a lot of moisturizing stuff. I don't have to worry about dry under eye skin as much as I used to, and that little bit of green tea extract helps perk me up a little bit. Maybe it's just the placebo effect, but it feels like it does. So I like it even though it doesn't do exactly what they say it does. Now maybe if I had puffy under eyes, that would really help with that, and maybe that's what they meant. I don't, I just get really dark circles. But I do like it for helping me wake up in the morning. I forgot to grab the next product, and I'm not going to stop since I have to run over to the computer to stop the video. It was also, I'm pretty sure I had it in my top products of 2015. It's their lip scrub. It kind of comes in a tube like a lipstick. I've heard that there's a lot of lip scrubs out there. This one sounds like some of the other ones out there, but they usually come in little pots. This comes in a lipstick form. You kind of put it on like you do lipstick or lip balm, which I think is kind of convenient. It tastes like sugar, though I don't recommend licking it off your lips because you're licking off your dead skin too. I really like it. I think it does a good job. Let's see, for your skin, I also have the ELF BB cream. It has broad spectrum SPF 20. Probably should use this a bit more since it has the SPF 20. It feels okay on my skin. I tend to like how powder feels on my skin better than liquid stuff, which I think is part of my issue with this. I mentioned in my top products of 2015, I really like this Integrity 5-in-1. That I could put on my skin every day and be happy, and then put powder on over top or not, and I'm good. I think that's probably why I'm not using this in the same fashion just because it doesn't feel the same. And it's a lot more tinted, so you do have to make sure you blend it in well, where the other one's just basically like a tinted sunscreen, more or less. The color of this is fair, so the shade works okay, and if I do want to put forth the effort of a BB cream, it works well. It does have that SPF 20 in it. I'd love it if it was a little bit higher, but SPF 20 is not bad. I have tried their tinted moisturizer too. I could only get it in the shade that was one shade too dark for me. Like I need, it's like alabaster or something like that, which they never have stocked in the stores that carry it around here, and online it's like always sold out. So the shade I tried was a little too dark, and even for a tinted moisturizer, like, it's really a good thing to have it match your skin tone. So I don't have that to show to you. I gave it to my sister, because her skin's a little bit darker than mine. I don't know if she's getting much use out of it or not either. It was also SPF 20. To be honest, it kind of felt the same in terms of how it felt. I think it was a little bit lighter in coverage, though, I mean, there's fair enough coverage, obviously, considering I was having issues with it being too dark. It didn't blend out to nothing. But yeah, these are okay. If you're really into BB creams and you want something inexpensive and you don't like the way liquid makeup feels on your face, or you don't mind the way liquid makeup feels on your face, the opposite of me, you'll probably like it, and definitely like the price of it, because even the other drugstore BB creams run more than this. Though try the tinted moisturizer first, because it costs less than this, and like I said, it offers a fair amount of coverage, and you get the SPF in there. I'm assuming there's probably, since they've got tinted moisturizer and BB cream, there must be something different between the two aside from the fact that they come in a different bottle. But I didn't compare them enough to be able to tell you that, so that's just what I would advise, trying the tinted moisturizer first. Okay, for concealers, there are concealers that I tried. There's only been 2 of them. I tried their ELF Zit Zapping Concealer. I haven't tried it a whole lot. It comes in green because they're trying to cancel out the redness. Obviously you need to use another concealer on top of this. I haven't used it a whole lot, because I don't put forth that much effort on my makeup most of the time. I guess you could say I'm kind of lazy about it. The other reason is that the doohickey broke. I can still use it, which is why I didn't, like, contact ELF and say, hey, like, I need a new one. I mean, it was really cheap. I know they've upped a lot of their prices. Like, it used to be everything was $1, and now it's not, but I think this might have still been just $1. Let me show you how it comes out. It comes out in this little doe foot applicator. You click it up, and it pushes the product up towards this applicator and squeezes it out through this hole. And then you put on your zit, and it's supposed to have, like, salicylic acid in it or something like that. One of those things that a lot of makeup products, if they want to treat your acne at the same time as you're concealing it, put in there. So I think that's in there. I won't swear to it. It might just be canceling out the redness. The couple times I used it, I did feel like I had to use less concealer on top of my zits. But I could just be imagining. I mean, I still had to use enough to cover up the green. I don't know. I don't think I'd buy this again. But if you deal with a lot of acne and you don't mind putting 2 concealers on top, and you really struggle with your regular concealer covering up your acne, and you want to put forth way more effort than I do, then this might be a good option for you. I mean, I get breakouts too, but a lot of the time I just put on my powder foundation and I don't do anything more. I'm really, really lazy. The other concealer I've tried is the ELF Under Eye Conceal and Highlighter. The one end is the concealer, the other end is the shimmery white highlighter. I'm pretty sure every shade comes with that shimmery white highlighter, so I don't know how well that's going to work for somebody who's a lot darker than me. I have no idea, but I don't remember what their shade range was for this. Anyways, so if you have a pretty dark complexion, they might not have anything for you. Anyways, I don't remember. This is in Fair, unsurprisingly. This works well enough. If you want a really heavy duty concealer, I don't think this is probably for you. Like, if I wanted to completely cancel out my circles, I would have been really disappointed, but I'm used to not really having anything completely cancel it out, so it didn't really bother me. This is kind of neat, the highlight side. I don't always use it, so I'm probably going to use up the concealer before I use up the highlight side. But it is really shimmery, so I use a lot, plus I use a lot less of it because it's really shimmery. But it does work well. It matches my skin tone well enough. If you don't have really dark circles, this would probably be perfect. If you do have dark circles like I do, and you don't really care, and you're putting like foundation on top of it or whatever, it's probably a good option. But keep in mind that it's not very expensive, so if you're looking for like the quality of the really expensive stuff, it's probably not reaching like luxury brand levels, but for an inexpensive brand, it's decent, I think. The last product is for concealing sort of purposes, is their high definition under eye setting powder. It's also fairly shimmery, but not as concentrated. There's a lot of, it's not like shimmer only. There's a lot of powder in there with shimmer added to it. It's pretty sheer. I think, even though it looks white, I think it just goes on clear. It does for me at least. So it should be alright no matter what your complexion is, but I don't actually know. It does a pretty good job of setting my under eyes if I take the time to do this, which I don't a whole lot, but I don't regret getting it. It wasn't very expensive, again, because it's ELF. And when I am doing like a full face of makeup, it's like a special occasion. This does help deflect light away from my under eye circles a little bit. Okay, so on to eye products. Well, actually no, I have one more face product. I almost forgot about this because I like never use it. It's their all over color stick. I'm pretty sure they still have these. This I got at the Dollar Tree, where they pretty much only had one shade of it. And it came in Golden Peach. Yeah, that's what it's called. I knew it was a peach. So you can see it. It's really golden looking, which I've got very pink leaning complexion, so like this color doesn't, like, I was kind of excited because I was like, I don't really have anything peach, and I can wear some peach stuff. I mean, admittedly it's more pink leaning peach stuff, but I was kind of intrigued by this, and it was only $1 at the Dollar Tree. Well, I've used it a few times, but primarily I've been like using it underneath like a pink blush to, like, if I'm wearing something that's like pink leaning peach and then I put like a pink blush on over top of it, that makes it wearable for me. For me to just wear this, I think the only time I wore just this, I was going to a steampunk party as Rose Tyler because I looked up how to do like Rose Tyler makeup. If you're thinking Rose Tyler, who's that? That's from Doctor Who. She's one of the companions. I probably should explain that and not expect you all to know what I'm talking about. And the consensus online was pretty much that, you know, black eyeliner, peach blush, a nude lipstick with gloss over top. So since I already had this, I was like, well, here's my peach. If you have more olive leaning complexion or like golden stuff looks really good on you, this might be good. I feel like it's kind of hard to put on. Like the idea is you just put this, push the product up, you kind of swipe it where you want, and then you blend it in. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm used to using powder stuff that this just seems difficult. I don't know. I don't find it that easy to use. So I don't know if I would appreciate any of the other colors more, probably. But considering it's not just the color that I have trouble with this, I probably wouldn't buy this. A lot of people like these things though, so it's just not my cup of tea. Okay, now on to the eye products. I've got 2 of their primers. The one you're probably the most familiar with is their regular eyelid primer in sheer. Comes in this little bottle. It's the cheaper one. Some people love these, some people hate these. I like them. I don't have a whole lot of experience with eyelid primers. Like, there's this one, and then there's the next one I'm going to talk about. So maybe it's just that I don't have a whole lot of experience with it, but I think it does a good job. I don't always wear primer if I wear eyeshadow, but if I do, it does seem to make it last better. It's got the little doe foot applicator. I just swipe it on my lids and then I use my finger to blend it out. The sheer shade works pretty good for my complexion. If you're darker complected, I don't know how it would work for you, to be honest. I don't. I think if you're wearing eyeshadow all over top of it anyways, it might be fine. I don't know. So there's that caveat to that one. They have started coming out with other shades other than sheer. It's when they first started making these, this was like the only shade there was. I don't remember what all they are. Like, I think there's like a champagne, or maybe that's in the mineral eyeshadow primer. I know this one has a couple different shades. It has the sheer as well. It has this, which they call blush. It looks really dark in the bottle. Like, when I actually ordered this online, like, I placed an order for some of the stuff that I couldn't get in the stores. And this was one of them. And like on the website, they just showed like a swipe of the product and it looked like this pretty pale pink, and I've got a lot of pink in my skin. There's a little bit of shimmer there, and I was like, that's okay, you know, I can wear it under these shimmer eyeshadows, but this seems kind of interesting. I like mineral makeup. And then the bottle came and I was like, it looks like brown. Oh my gosh. It kind of goes on like a mauve shade, which is okay. I like mauve. But if I'm wearing like a really light shimmery shade, I still don't want to use this because it's too light. Unless I don't mind it looking mauve leaning. Like, does that make sense? Like, if I wear a like shimmery white eyeshadow, it's going to look not white, it's going to look like a very pale mauve shimmer, which is fine. But, you know, if I want it to look white, I need to use this anyways. But I still like this. It's just, it was kind of misleading with the picture on the website. Though that might be because I'm so pale. If you're like a mid-tone shade or darker shade, this might actually look pale pink on you, I don't know. But it comes like in a champagne too, and maybe something else, I don't remember. But it does work well too. I feel like this, maybe it's because it's not shimmery, this winds up drying faster than this one does. So if you're definitely going for a matte look, I mean obviously you don't want a shimmer primer underneath your matte eyeshadow, but this, if you're going for a very matte look, is a lot better. And then I have some of their eyeshadows. Two of these are discontinued last I looked, unless they decided to bring it back. They're the eyeshadow quads, what do they call these? Brightening eye colors. The Pretty in Pink, that's no longer available. I think they have some other shades out in its place, which is kind of a shame, because I think there's some eye colors that, I don't remember if it's brown or green, that this would be like perfect for, because you know, I've read about what looks good with different eye colors, and one of them, like pinks and purples, are really great on. I just bought it because, you know, I have a very pink leaning complexion, so it doesn't really do much for my eyes per se as it does for my complexion. But it's got a shimmery white there, like a paler pink, a little bit darker pink, and then, oh gosh, on the camera it looks kind of brown, but that's actually a purple. What I like to do is kind of wear them all together. This is like the most complicated eye look I would ever do, is to use like 4 eyeshadows, which is more complicated than I usually do. But what I would do is, obviously the shimmery white would go underneath the eyebrow, right on the brow bone. I can speak, I swear. I used the purple as my eyeliner, and then I did the palest pink all over my lid, and the darker pink kind of, my eyes are a little bit downturned and slightly deep set, but not super deep set. So what I like to do is, like, not right on the crease, but kind of above the crease on the outside of the eye, and then on the edge of my eye, kind of bringing it up, kind of those two things. I don't want to do it too dark because it's pink and then otherwise, like, it's your eye irritated, but I like that together. Though, as you can see, I haven't used a whole lot of any of these because I don't do this a whole lot, but they are nice. I feel like the color payoff for me works well enough. If you like very vivid colors though, like if you want it to be very dark, I don't know. Maybe I just don't put them on heavy enough because that's not the look I'm going for. This one is also discontinued last I looked, but it's called Novu Neutrals. They might bring these back, you never know. So if you like these, don't lose hope. Ask them if they'll bring them back. Okay. Again, there's a shimmery white for under your brow bone. There's a light brown, a dark brown, and then there's actually it's kind of a, I don't know what to call it. It's almost a gray, but it actually looks like it could be a brown. Maybe a khaki color? I don't know what to describe that as. Anyways, these all look really nice together too. Again, like the darkest shade is the eyeliner. That's pretty much like I did with the other one, the next lightest shade after the white all over the lid, that sort of thing. And this one, last I looked on their website, it's still available. I think they kind of, even though they were selling this while they were selling the other neutral palette, I think this was kind of their replacement for it. It's all browns. In fact, they don't even have a shimmery white in this. They have like a shimmery cream color. And this one is, I'm pretty sure it's called Butternut, but it actually only has a number on it. Pretty sure that's what it's called, but like I said, there's the cream there, brown, and then 2 much darker browns, and then I do the same thing. The darkest shade is the liner, and so on and so on. And they have a lot of different shades in these now. They're kind of fun. I like them, especially since they all coordinate, so if you're kind of clueless when it comes to what's going to look good together, this kind of tells you that. Obviously ELF has a lot of other products. That's just what I have of their products. I do really like them. Oh, there's one more. I keep forgetting this one because I like never use it. When I first started getting into reading beauty blogs and watching beauty videos on YouTube, I feel like there was a period of time where everybody was talking about setting sprays, and I was like, wow, like everybody's using these. Maybe this would make like a really big difference. And then I noticed ELF had one. It comes with aloe, green tea, cucumber, and vitamins A, C, and E. So it sounds really healthy for you. I don't know if it is really healthy. It's kind of the same bottle as their daily brush cleaner, only it's a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. Okay. But then I got it and I tried it and I was like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if it's actually making my makeup stay any better. Plus, it's just an extra step, and like I said, I'm pretty lazy. I don't want to put that much effort into my makeup most of the time. But then, after I had it for a while, I heard somebody say something about using it to take away that very powdery look, and since I use a lot of powder cosmetics, most of it's pretty powdery, I thought, well, you know, okay, so next time I'm wearing a full face of makeup and I look in the mirror and I go, whoa, you can tell I'm wearing powder, foundation, and blush and everything else, like I look really powdery, I'll give this a try. And I did, and I kind of sprayed it twice because my aim was off, so I got like one half of my face, so I went and sprayed the other half of my face, and it did take away that powdery look. So for me, that's what I use this for. It works pretty good for that. Whatever else anybody else uses setting sprays for, I don't know if it works well for that or not. I just know it works well for me. It's gonna last forever for me since I don't use it that often. But it does feel nice on, so that's a plus. So yeah, overall, most of the stuff I've tried from ELF I've liked. It kind of depends on what you like, I guess. Hopefully my reviews have been helpful. Like, for example, if you have tried like all over sticks before and the complaints you've had about them have been the same as me, you know not to try this. But if you like I don't know, cream blushes, I don't know if those are kind of like that. I don't really use them. Maybe you want to give it a try, even though I wasn't a big fan. Like I said about these, I don't know about color payoff if you like your eyeshadow to be really dark, really bright. Since I don't ever try to put them on like that, I always try to go for a much more natural look, even if it's a bit brighter stuff like this, which doesn't look bright on the camera at all. It looks a lot brighter in person. I don't know. I hope this was helpful anyways. Keep an eye out. I plan on doing some more of these. Wet n Wild is another drugstore brand that's cruelty-free that I have a fair amount of their stuff for, so I'll do one of those. Independent brands, I feel like I've kind of covered most of what I have from Meow Cosmetics just in other videos, so I don't know if I'll do a separate video for them. But for Geek Chic Cosmetics, I've only really talked about a couple of their products, and I have more of their stuff. Not as much as this by any means, but I might do one of those too. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful, and it wasn't a waste of your time to watch it. Anyways, thanks, bye.